What's up, y'all? It's your EP Tiff here with another small feet gang review to go over one of the most hyped shoes of 2022. I know that came out last year, but I've been wearing them for quite some time, so I wanted to give you a proper on-foot review. Welcome back to the channel. Please like and subscribe so we can keep making fun videos for y'all. And without further ado, let's go over this shoe. If you don't know already, this is the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Grade School FD14376112 colorway Varsity Red Black Sail Muslin Varsity Rouge Vert Noir in français. This is a USA 4.5Y, also known as the 6 in women's, aka my size, a 4A Jordan 1 high, and they do fit true to size, and I'll go over all of that in a little bit. First things first, this is an Air Jordan 1 High Chicago, and I'm going to go through the inspiration of this design. There is a lot that went into this, and whether it was a grade school or an adult, oftentimes with grade school shoes, small feet gang, we lose out on materials and aesthetics and so forth, but they did not skimp on this one this time, which is awesome. So let's get into it. This is a reimagined Air Jordan 1 High of the original Chicago colorway from 1985. The whole premise of this concept is sort of lost and found, which is the name of the shoe. In essence, it's supposed to give off this vibe as if it had been pushed away into the corner somewhere and then many years later pulled out from the shelf, and it's supposed to have all this vintage wear and tear that is very trendy right now. But honestly, the whole concept, they really went out with this, so it looks really sick. It's nice. So the box itself is one of the originals. It has an orange top, and then it has a black side, and then the edges have all this wear and tear to them as if it had been in the back of the shelf for a super long time. It also has this fun, cute little sale tag that they added to it, which is not an actual sticker. It's part of, actually, I think it might actually be a sticker. I'm not sure. Well, it does have a little bit of an indentation that possibly it was a sticker, but yeah. Ooh-wee! Alright, if you haven't already seen these, which I'm sure you have if you're any way, shape, or form a sneakerhead, these are the Air Jordan 1 High Chicago Reimagines. Super cool, super clean. So, let's get into the details. As you open up the box, you will see some vintage ads and so forth, looking like newspaper, but it's just regular tissue paper. It also comes with this invoice. Obviously a fake invoice, but it's super cool. Just the artistry and thought that went into this concept is super fun. So this is Sandy Bros Sports Depot, 2323 Jeb Burntway, Covington, Kentucky. I'm sure there's a lot of hidden sort of gems in here for what these things mean. I know none of them. If you know, let me know in the comments below. 8/30/1986, Air Jordan basketball shoes paid in cash, final sale, yada yada yada. I don't know, it's just kind of fun. Obviously you don't see anything like this anymore. And then you have the shoe itself. So the 1985 Jordan 1 High Chicago is one of the most classic sneakers that you could think of, if you're thinking about Jordans, of course, and sort of the sneaker culture in general. The original 1985s are super rare, super hard to find, and typically go for around a price range around this much. Now, over the years, they've come out with a couple different reiterations or retros of the Chicago one. Here, and here. But this is the first one where they kind of took a whole artistic storytelling aspect to it and kind of elevated it a little bit more. As we start off with the toe box, you're going to start with the overlays, which is going to be this nice varsity red leather, double stitching around the toe box, and then the toe box itself is going to have this cracked white leather. As you head towards the middle of your shoe, the underlay of that white cracked leather continues, and then you have a black swoosh. Just like the original, the AJ1 Chicago features a larger swoosh on the side panel, reminiscent of the style from the 1980s. I don't particularly see that bigger of a swoosh, but this is what they said on the intranet, so that's what I'm going with. As for the tongue, it is of this off-white variety, trying to give a reminiscent of aging or so forth. It is a nylon tongue with a varsity red tongue tag, and then Nike Air with a large swoosh in white stitching. For the laces, we do have black laces. They are flat laces, and we also have the option for white if you'd like to switch those out. As you head towards the back of the shoe, one of the most common signs of aging on an Air Jordan 1 would be the cracked or faded ankle collar. So they have really put a lot of emphasis on this ankle collar, showing that fake aging or cracked leather that you would typically see if you found a really old pair of Air Jordan 1s. See there, we have that lovely Air Jordan logo, and then as you move to the back, just the little heel, nothing special there. We have the varsity red leather, the black swoosh coming around, and then a little bit of the white underlay as well. Similarly to the ankle collar, the midsole is also one of the first signs to show that a shoe is truly aging. So to kind of exemplify that weathered look, they've made an off-white midsole. As for the outsole, we have that lovely varsity red. But if you look closely, you can see there's also some signs of aging, a little bit of mold, white little ashiness that's added to it. That came with the shoe. Brands make it new. I mean, obviously I have a little bit of dirt added to mine because I've been wearing them, but that white part that you could kind of see, that is part of the shoe to show another way in which the shoe will age over time. This shoe dropped November 19th, 2022. It has been around now for 5 months, almost 6 months. So this is about the 6-month mark of the shoe being released. I have worn these multiple times. It's kind of nice because it's so like artificially weathered. You can't really tell that I've worn them quite a bit. When these puppies dropped, they dropped at a price point of $185 on the retail market, and for grade school, the size that I got, $140. Now it's been about almost 6 months, and the resale market for these has fluctuated a little bit, but you could find the pricing right here. There was a ton of hype behind this shoe. Very coveted. Everyone was trying to get it. Sneaker of the year, talks, all that jazz. Very excited to have gotten them. I will say, after wearing them quite a significant amount of time, they're pretty uncomfortable for a Jordan 1 high. I don't know why that is. I'm hoping that if I keep wearing them, they'll break in a little bit better, but normally I find Jordan 1 highs extremely comfortable. They're like one of my favorite shoes to wear. And these ones just are not cutting it. I don't know what's going on with it, but yeah, I do not find these very comfortable. That is the one downside to these, other than the fact that they're super hyped and hard to get. I mean, like, hype shoes are fun and all that, but at the end of the day, if you want to get a pair of shoes and rock them, you should be able to and not have to pay an arm and a leg. Overall, these shoes are a classic. I love the concept behind it, the artistry that was put into it, the thought and all of that. I don't know, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on these, pushing 6 months, if you've changed at all, your kind of opinion of them. I know before things drop, everybody's so hype about shoes, and then after the fact, people change their mind.